Life is always an inside job. And you're probably going, what the hell are you talking about, Lee? Let me share with you. Your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world. When you grab that, you've got the secret to living life. Because no longer are you going to be searching for the external world to make your inner feelings, your inner world better. You're going to understand that what you've got going on inside of you is what you're experiencing on the outside or on the inside. The outside world, that's the temptation. That's the illusion. And that's what everyone's bought into. Get that BMW convertible and drive that around. You're going to feel great for about a week or two. Then it gets old. Date that hot model for a week or two, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. It'll get old because it all depends on what's going inside your mind and your heart. What attachments has your mind got? What preferences is it holding on to? And what emotions have you attached to those preferences? And in reality, it all demonstrates. Always does. That's why 1,000 people will listen to this. And guess what? 1,000 different perspectives on what people hear. What I've come to understand is every one of us is so unique. And what makes us unique are our inner thoughts. So if you take the premise that during the course of a day, you've had 60,000 thoughts. That's what psychology says. So I can look at me and multiply that by the number of days in a year, by the number of years. I've had over 1.5 billion thoughts. No human being on the planet ever has existed, ever will exist, will have had the same 1.5 billion thoughts. Ergo, my experience is based on the sum total of my thought atmosphere. And then combine that with the emotions that I've attached to those thoughts. So you could be doing the greatest thing for me, but because of the way I have got this atmosphere, you're not going to touch me. That's why so many times in relationships, someone will say, you've got to do something to make me feel good. You got to do something to let me know that you love me. You ever hear that? You got to do something so I can know you love me. I don't feel you love me. And you never will. Because the only way you feel love is when you feel love. And then that gets transmitted out when you're looking at other people. But if you're waiting for someone else to give you that feeling of love, brother or sister, you're going to be waiting forever. And you're not going to ever have a great relationship because you're looking in the wrong direction. That's why one of my taglines is, everything begins and ends with you. It begins and ends with you, especially with self-love. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love anyone else, and no one else can love you. Everything starts with self-love. Self-love is basically, do you accept yourself as you are? You're saying, well, that's not love. Yes, it is. Why? Because what's the opposite of love? Judgment. What's the opposite of judgment? Acceptance. I think it's much more profound, meaningful to look at someone in the eyes and say, I truly accept you as you are. Everything about you. The second you judge something about him, you're no longer in love. And they'll say, well, Lee, no, it's conditional. No. There's no such thing as conditional love. There's love, and then there's judgment. That's just the way of the world. So it's an inside job. And the inside job is you learning to accept yourself and learning to accept what's in front of you and then let it go and deal with what's in front of you again and let it go and deal what's in front of you again. It's inside job to live in the now because that's the only thing that's real. Your memories are not real. Your future is not real. The only thing that's real is now. And when you get that, my God, you're going to transform your experience in life so quick, you'll be on the leading edge because that's where the leading edge is. With that, much love.